guys, welcome to this video. Today's video will be on the Skinny Tan Instant Tan, and I'll be talking you through a little bit about my experience and what I thought. So if you are looking for a new instant tan or wanting to try an instant tan, I will be talking you through my experience of this and whether I recommend it. So yeah, I really hope you enjoy. If you like the video, then please can you subscribe to my channel for more videos down below, and give the vid a thumbs up. And yeah, so without further ado, I'm going to crack on. So let's start talking about it. So first things first, so I have reviewed quite a few different fake tans on my channel, but they are always gradual fake tans. So I have reviewed Bondi Sands Gradual Tan, and also Filter by Molly May, Tanologist, and I love a gradual fake tan, don't get me wrong, but I like when I don't have to always build a tan up. So, you know, with like building it up and doing it overnight and then in the morning washing it off, and then obviously if you wanted to put another layer on, doing that, and then eventually it goes patchy and it's like scrubbing that off. I find it quite a lengthy process that sometimes I don't always want on my skin. So depending on sort of how I'm feeling, or if it just I just want a little bit of a tan for like a night out, I find instant tan a really good sort of substitute. So the other thing that I opted for an instant tan is because when I go on holiday, I feel like obviously you kind of want to try and tan a little bit in the day, but I feel like in the evening it's quite nice to have an extra sort of glow. So I always put this on in the evening for holidays, which I really like because then you can just put it on for the evening and then wash off in the morning for another sort of fresh day of just natural tanning, you know, like out and about on holiday. So I've used a number of instant fake tans in the past. So I've used a Saint-Tropez one. What else have I used? Actually, I've used two Saint-Tropez ones. I've also used a Tanologist one, and they've all been relatively good, and they're kind of, some of them have got like a little bit of shimmer in, some are a bit more like bronzy, but I wanted to try a new one. So I went online, I did a little bit of research, and I found Skinny Tan, and they had a lot of good reviews. And what I really liked was that they had reviews on the Skinny Tan website that were actual just people that had submitted pictures that looked really, really good. I know sometimes on social media when some like a fake tan or whatever is kind of promoted on there, the before and after pictures aren't always the most realistic, they're a bit enhanced or things like that. So it was great actually being able to go on the reviews and see people that had just literally like a, you know, before and after picture that was just of someone's like leg on an iPhone, because it just felt so like, that actually looks really good. It was $14.99. I actually got mine from Next. So you can get it from a number of places. I think I've seen it in supermarkets, I've seen it in Superdrug, I've seen it obviously on the Skinny Tan website, but I decided to go for Next because I think I have an account with there, so I just thought it'd be quicker and like easiest. However, I have got a confession to make. They actually sent me two, even though I ordered one, so I got two for $14.99, which is really cheeky, and I definitely should have told them. So if you're watching this, which I'm sure they won't be, really sorry about that, and thanks for two. But yeah, so $14.99, it is 125 mils, and I have had it since. So I got it at the end of September, and I have used quite a lot, as you can tell, but I have used it a lot. So I used it pretty much every day on holiday. I've been on holiday twice, so that was so that's probably about 3 to 4 weeks of everyday use, and then once a week, I'd say. So really, since, what month are we in now? January. So that's October, November, December, January. So 4 months, and I've used it a lot and it's lasted well. So, and then obviously I've got another one, so I'll just move on to that afterwards. But yeah, so I'd probably say if you used it every day, it would last maybe like 5 to 6 months. That's kind of a rough estimate. And obviously it depends how much you use it, because if you're using it on your whole body, then it would last less. I was mainly using it on my arms, my legs, and my face. So yeah, if you're using it absolutely everywhere and like, you know, your back and things like that, obviously it's going to use more up, but I'd say roughly about 4 to 6 months if you were using it every day. So it lasts really well. £14.99 I think is a really good price. And now to talk about the actual colour payoff. It's going really dark, it's getting progressively dark and I'm losing sunlight, so this colour payoff I probably need to do pretty sharpish. So I'm going to just do a little bit on my arm so you can kind of see the difference. This may be a little bit tricky because I have been on holiday, so I've still got a bit of a tan on my arm. So that's the only frustrating thing. You're probably not going to get a really clear idea because when I'm paler, obviously I can see a bigger difference. But I'll do one arm and then I'll put it kind of like next to the other so you can see. To apply it, I use the Real Techniques, it's like a body bronzing brush, I'll show you it. So it's this brush here and it's just like a body buffer brush. So just, oh shit, I put way too much on there because you don't actually need that much, but oh well. So applying a generous amount, not intentionally, but I am. Then I'm going to put it on my right arm, just kind of buffing it in. So I've just turned my, what do you call it, neon light thing, whatever it is, on the wall off because that lighting's quite blue. So I'll try and show you in here as well. So as you can see, it's the one on the right and it's just a bit darker, and that's just with one layer on my right arm. So if you wanted it darker, you could obviously put more on and make it more buildable. So yeah, hopefully you can kind of see the lighting on that. The lighting's going to probably look really different because I've turned the neon light off, but I can't be bothered to turn it back on now, so I'm just going to carry on with the review. So that is what the colour payoff is like. Really good. I love the colour. I think it's the perfect balance of kind of that olivey undertone along with kind of that warmth and a slight bit of like orangey in it. I think you need both of those to kind of work. In this lighting, I think it probably looks a little bit more orange. In person, I'd definitely say it has a really strong olive undertone. So if you are worried about it looking too warm, I don't think you've got that with this. But yeah, so colour wise, really like. Super dark, so it's very buildable, so I can put a couple of layers on and go darker, obviously depending on how dark I want my instant tan. Really easy to wash off, so when it obviously comes to showering, it all just comes off super easy. So really good in that sense. One thing I would say is I put it on under my makeup, and I have to be careful with how much I put on because it can go quite cakey. So I put a very thin layer on my face and then I can put my foundation on. Or if I'm not going to wear foundation, then I can put obviously a little bit more on. But I have to be quite conscious. It can go a little bit cakey on my cheeks mainly. I don't know why, just yeah, mainly on my cheeks. The rest of my face, it might be to do with my skin. But yeah, so it can go a touch cakey if you put too much on your face. But yeah, other than that, really good. I'm so glad I got it, and I'm so glad that they sent me two by mistake because they will last me, and I don't think I'll be trying another one for, obviously I never say never, I will probably try another one at some point, but I'm really glad I got it because it is so much better than the other ones that I've got. It's really dark, really easy to wash off, and in terms of like transfer on your clothes, I really don't think it comes off very easily. Don't get me wrong, it can come off, especially if you're wearing lighter like white clothes, but I would say I found with Gradual Tan, even after I'd washed Gradual Tan off like the top layer, it would still transfer a little bit onto my clothes, and I think it's very similar to that. So although it's instant, it doesn't come off like easily in comparison with other ones that I've used. So I definitely think it's okay in that sense. Obviously, realistically, it comes off a little bit. It's still very good for an instant tan in terms of not getting on your clothes too much. Also, once when I was getting ready, I managed to drop a big splodge down my top, and my top was like a really pale grey, almost white. And I thought, oh no, this top is literally done for. I put it under the tap, washed it, put a little bit of washing powder, put it in the washing machine, and it literally came straight out. So, you know, it's not the end of the world if you get it on your clothes because it can come out, which is obviously the most important thing. So yes, I would really recommend getting the Real Techniques buffer brush as well, or like a brush of that style, because it's really easy to put on with it. In terms of packaging, I know this is a really like little thing, but I do really like the colour. The other thing as well is if you are lighter skinned or if you want just a very subtle tan, then they do a lighter version. So yeah, would definitely obviously recommend that there's different ones that you can try. In terms of scent, really nice smell actually. It's kind of like sweet. Yeah, like a sweet chocolatey coconut sort smell. Yeah, I can't really describe it actually, but yeah, it smells a bit chocolatey to me. But yeah, really nice smell. I don't think it's too strong or too sort of intense. It's just like a nice subtle kind of sweet scent. I think that is everything. So colour payoff definitely gets a tick. The darkness and sort of intensity gets a tick. So if you want the dark, obviously you can get the dark one. Or if you want a more subtle one, you can get a lighter one. Then the packaging gets a tick, really nice. Price also gets a tick. And yeah, I would really recommend it. If you had any questions or anything else that you wanted to know about the tan, then just drop me a comment down below. Or if you wanted me to review any other sort of instant tans or gradual tans, I'm always open to that. So yeah, just let me know. And yeah, I really hope you enjoyed. That concludes today's video. Really sorry about the odd lighting that is going to feature, because obviously I had the blue light on earlier and then obviously I don't now, and the sun has just got worse and worse and worse. So it's probably really bad lighting, so apologies for that. But yeah, I think that is everything. So I really hope you did enjoy, and hopefully you subscribe to my channel down below if you did. So thank you very much for watching, and I hope you all have a wonderful week. See you in my next video. Bye guys!